More than a decade now, Palestine has been divided between and administered by two different parties. Fatah ran the West Bank and headed the internationally recognized Palestinian Authority, while Hamas, an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, ruled over the tiny coastal strip of Gaza, home to half the Palestinian population. And now they're talking about reconciliation. WION's Daniele Pagani looks at what it entails and why it must be taken with a pinch of salt. Of course, Israel has already called it a bogus exercise.
Palestine Prime Minister Rami al-Hamdallah traveled to the isolated coastal enclave of Gaza to chair the first meeting of the Palestinian cabinet since 2014. Al-Hamdallah's visit is a move towards reconciliation between the two major Palestinian political forces, the Islamist Fatah and Hamas, the party in control of the Palestine National Authority. A high-profile Egyptian delegation is supervising and mediating the process. The two political parties crossed their swords in Gaza in 2007. Hamas emerged victorious, seized Gaza's government, and banned Fatah. Since then, Gaza has witnessed increasing international isolation. For the 2 million people living there, the situation became grimmer by the day. Israel surrounds Gaza on three sides and considers Hamas a terrorist organization. Tel Aviv implemented a full blockade against it. On the southern border, Egypt has thoroughly criticized the support Hamas receives from Iran and closed the Rafah border crossing, Gaza's only legal access to Egypt. Lack of electricity has left Gaza in an almost full blackout. Piles of rotting sewage abandoned under the sun, unemployment rate at nearly 50%. Years of blockade forced Hamas to dissolve their self-proclaimed shadow government in Gaza and work towards reconciliation. Both Fatah and Hamas see a united Palestine as the only way to gain more credibility and legitimacy on the international stage, but is easier said than done. The divides between the two are deep. The main bone of contention is the role of Hamas's military wing, the 20,000 fighter-strong Al-Qassam brigades. If Hamas truly wants to reconcile, it'll have to dismantle and put them under the authority of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. But Hamas's strength and soul lies within its militia. Giving them up will mean losing all its negotiating power to Abbas, a longtime Fatah member and a man whose office Hamas doesn't recognize. Abbas, on his side, can't accept the coexistence of a party-owned militia within a state. Additionally, Hamas's military wing was created to wage war against Israel, an option President Abbas isn't considering at all, preferring a diplomatic solution with Tel Aviv. He recognized Israel and dismissed calls to violence. Border checkpoints are another key issue. Hamas has been controlling Gaza's border for a decade. That's a privilege that will no longer enjoy in a post-reconciliation Palestine. Hamas has, indeed, a lot to lose in this reconciliation process. Israel for now waits and watches, well aware that a Palestine and a Palestinian army under President Abbas's full control could only benefit the country's security. On the other side, it is always easier to fight a divided enemy than a united one. If the reconciliation turns out to be successful, it'll be more difficult to silence the Palestinian request of a state of their own. With Daniele Pagani, Archit Tashadri, WION.